Hi. So now let us see the next constraint, that is auto increment. Okay. So this is mainly very useful when you want to generate a particular key, unique key for every record automatically. So we no need to explicitly enter the value actually. So let us see how to use this one. So this constraint, as we discussed, automatically generates a unique number when we insert a new record into the table actually. So this column, whichever column is mentioning this auto increment, under that particular column, we no need to do explicitly insertion actually. Okay. Then generally we use this for the primary key, very, very important. Okay. Now, if you see the syntax part, this is simple. So you can see column name column one, we are going to take it as a auto increment actually. The very important thing you must understand is, of course, this we will see with the practical part also. Whichever column you mentioned, you declared as a auto increment, that particular column must be primary key. Okay. So if you don't mention that particular column as a primary key, then MySQL is going to generate a error actually. So let us see these things with a hands-on session. Okay. So here you can see this is the table, student table we took. Now let us see, as we discussed that I am defining auto increment here. So auto increment. Now you see, as we discussed here, you can see we didn't mention column one. That means roll number as a primary key. So we didn't mention here, but still I am running this code. Now let us see what it is going to generate. So you can see this is the error you can observe. Incorrect table definition. There can be only one auto increment and it must be defined as a key. So whatever table you taken as a whatever column you taken as a auto increment, that column must be a primary key. Okay, key means primary key. So here you can see, if I take it as a primary key, then it is not going to generate that particular error. So if I run this script now, okay, then let us see. So now you see table is created. Okay, now if you just display the data, of course we didn't insert anything. So select star from student. Okay, so we didn't displayed any inserted any data, so nothing is there. Now let us try to insert, observe that what it is doing. So insert into table student. See, and one more thing, values of what I am trying to do is now so we have here so let us scroll down a little. So we have a roll number, first name, last name. So roll number I am not giving because I taken as a auto increment. Then first name, for example, Ravi, then Kumar, okay, and age is for example 20. So in this, if you observe, in this, if you try to run this one, what is going to happen? We told that for this record, it will generate automatically. Now let us run first of all. So if I run, so you see column count does not match the value count at row 1. So at this row, what does it mean is, see, if you after student table name, you don't mention under which columns this data you are entering. So automatically insert statement, how it will evaluate is, here total 4 columns are there. So if you don't mention under which column this particular data, then how many columns are here? 3 columns. 3 values you are entering, but 4 columns are here. So there is a mismatch actually. That is why it does not match a value count at row 1 actually, column count. Columns are here 4, but you are trying to enter 3 only. That is why if you mention after the table name, under which columns you want to enter this data, that is under first name, then last name, then age. Now you can see what is going to happen. So you see one row is created. That let us try to observe by displaying that. So you see here only one row is created, and very importantly, we didn't enter the value for the roll number, but it given value 1. So what does it mean? It will start automatically from 1 actually. Okay, so it will start automatically from 1. Now what we will do, we will try to insert one more record. So here, let us try to insert one more record. Then let us change the values here. So Pradeep, Krishna. Now, if I enter this one, what is going to happen? This is going to enter, of course. Then what will happen is, if you display the data, then for the second person, okay, it is giving automatically 2. That means auto increment. So the previous value is 1, then it just plus 1 it is doing every time. So for every new record entering, it is doing the plus 1 for the maximum of under this column actually. Okay, so this is what happened. Now the another thing, let us try to observe here. What I am doing is, let us take the same thing here. Of course, I am giving roll number also. So I am giving the roll number and I am giving the 50. What is going to happen internally? Is it going to allow the 50? Because we told that it is auto increment. Roll number part is auto increment, but we given the value. Is it going to allow or not? Let us observe. So it is going to allow 50, and for this particular record, so let us change the name here. So let us take it as a Gopal. Okay, so Gopal Kumar, for example, something. Now if I execute this particular line, what is going to happen? So you can see that row is inserted. Now you can see, if I display the data, see 50 is taken. So if you give any other value, it will definitely will take. Then you see the consequences also. How the consequences. After this, if I try to insert one more value, so let us take this command actually. You are not giving the roll number. So then let us take any other name. Okay, Krishna Prasad. Okay. Now if I run this one, if I run this particular line, what is going to happen? Very importantly, observe. Is it going to give 3 or 51? So let us first run, see the output, then let us discuss actually. So you can see the output, it is given 51. So what is its meaning is, whenever you are inserting any new record, okay, what it will do is, out of all existing already values, the maximum value it will automatically notate, and from there just it will do the plus 1. So that is why till this time, so when you inserted this record, it is noted that auto increment current value is 50. Now for the next value, whatever you inserted, for that it is going to do plus 1. So that is what one way you can change the auto increment value actually. And there is another way also. So there is another way. So for example, you don't have any record to insert at that time, but you want to change the auto increment value from 100 onwards, next time onwards, you want to take it. So then what we can do, alter table. So table name is student. Then what you want to change? Auto increment actually. So the auto increment equal to 100 onwards. So next time onwards, it should go for from 100 actually. So if I run this one, so you can see it is executed successfully. Now if you try to insert one more record, so here I'm changing this one only. So Varaprasad. So now if I run this one, what is going to happen? Let us see. Yes, one row is inserted. Then next value definitely it is 100. You can see. Of course, if you insert one more record, then it is going from 100 actually. 101 it will take. So let us run the same query, same data. Now you can see. So it is going to give 101. So this is what auto increment. Of course, it will increment the value by 1, and by default it will start from 1, and then in between also you can change the value, but that value must be out of all existing values actually. So what we will do is we will try to do here alter table value. So now in the table 1, 2, 50, 51, 100 and 100. What we will do is we will try to give the 70 here. So if I give 70, is it going to allow or not? Let us check. So you can see what happened here. So it is affected. Now if I try to insert this one, so you can see here, one row is affected. Now let us display. So next onwards, what happened? So you see the data very importantly, though it executed this one successfully, auto increment value 70. Of course, what happened here? What happened here? Try to understand. When you execute this one, it took automatically the 70. Got the point or not? So now the auto increment current value is 70. But when you try to execute any record, when you are inserting this data, Ravi, this data, okay, this particular line, if you try to insert, at that time, it will calculate automatically the maximum value of existing actually. At that time, you got 101. For that 101 plus 1, it will do, then it is going to take it as a 102. Then the next auto increment current value, it is taking as a 102. So that is why, again, if you run this one as a 70, it will run 70, successfully it will take. But when you try to insert this new record, then it is going to take as a 103 for the next. You can see that. Okay, so that is what, if you give the less value of existing, it will do accordingly actually. But if you give it will give less value than existing, then of course when you are inserting new record, it will take the max of existing on the current value actually. In between these two, it will take action. So this is what overall auto increment constraint. So you can you no need to insert the value under this particular column. Whenever you are inserting actually, it will take automatically. Only remaining columns you have to insert. Okay, and the main thing is whenever you go for the auto increment of any column, that must be in the primary key actually. Okay,